This week on Fireside News, Paris Hilton has reinvented pizza by turning the box into a grease sponge. Mattel said forget storylines and is turning WhackAMole into an action movie. And the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is racing the Indy 500 in a full-blown Weenie 500. No, seriously, it's weird, it's petty, it's oddly scientific, and yes, we're going to talk about a planet that somehow has ice while being hotter than Vegas in July. If you ever wanted to laugh, cringe, and learn something pointless all at once, you're in the right place. Let's light it up. So Paris Hilton has blessed us with yet another life hack, and this one involves pizza grease. Instead of dabbing it with a napkin like a normal person, she slaps the cheese side of the slice down on the outside of the pizza box lid to soak up all the grease. Let me just say that again. Cheese down on the outside of the box. The same box is probably riding shotgun next to a bag of gym socks in your delivery guy's car. Fans are quick to call her out with comments like, the heiress to Hilton Hotels doesn't own a napkin, and this is giving grilled cheese on clothes iron kind of energy. Honestly, if you're following Paris Hilton for health advice, you already made some bold life choices. But hey, maybe she's just trying to help people lose weight by making pizza so gross, they stop eating it altogether. In a move that sounds like it was pitched during a bar crawl, Mattel is turning WhackAMole into a full-blown action movie. Yeah, the same game you play at the arcade with a broken mallet and a beer in one hand, and there's no plot yet, not even a hint. Just a quote from Mattel saying they're turning it into a wild, action-packed ride. Because apparently 60 seconds of pounding plastic rodents wasn't enough. After Barbie made $1 billion, Mattel clearly looked at everything in their IP vault and went, you know what, screw it. WhackAMole's next. So buckle up. If this thing works, we're probably one step away from Hungry Hippos, The Reckoning. The Wienermobile, the giant hot dog on wheels, is going racing. During the Indy 500 festivities this weekend, Wienermobiles will compete in a real race called the Weenie 500, which just sounds like the title of someone's sex tape. But each one represents a different regional hot dog. You got the Shy Dog, the Slaw Dog, the Sonoran Dog. It's like Fast and the Furious, but with buns and mustard. They're even wearing hot dogger racing suits. And the winner gets a condiment spray at the finish line. I'm not making this up. Look, I've watched NASCAR, I've watched demolition derbies, but if you give me a live stream of 6 Wienermobiles trying to take a corner at 25 miles an hour, I'm still going to watch it. It sounds great. I'm in. Selena Gomez just teamed up with Oreo to drop a Horchata flavored cookie because apparently we run out of ways to remix chocolate wafers and cream filling. The new cookies are chocolate cinnamon flavored with 2 layers of cream. One tastes like cinnamon and chocolate. The other's supposed to taste like sweetened condensed milk. Basically, it's horchata in a cookie form. And each cookie has one of 6 embossed designs, including Selena's signature and something called Selenators. So if you needed your snack to whisper fan club while you eat it, then here you go. Selena says it's inspired by memories of drinking horchata with her family growing up. And hey, I respect the nostalgia, but let's be real. They're still Oreos. You're not pairing them with a wine flight, okay? And bonus points, a portion of the proceeds go to her mental health organization, the Rare Impact Fund, so you can stress eat a whole sleeve and say you did it for charity, you know? Scoring some heaven points. Here's one for the Science's Wild Files. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope just picked up signs of icy water vapor on a planet so close to its star, it should be hotter than a frying pan in Death Valley. The planet's called WASP 107b, and it's what scientists politely refer to as hot Neptune. This thing orbits the sun in just 6 days, meaning it's got zero chill, literally and figuratively. Temperatures up there hit nearly 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and somehow there's ice in the atmosphere. How? No one's entirely sure. It's like finding a snow cone in your glove box after parking on the Vegas Strip for a week. NASA scientists are basically like, this shouldn't be here. But the data checks out. The ice particles are suspended high up in the planet's atmosphere where pressure and temperature dip just enough to let water freeze. And here's the kicker. It could change everything we knew about how water moves through space and how planets form. That's right. A planet that basically lives inside a blow dryer might teach us how life exists in places we used to write off completely. Bengaluru, India, basically their Silicon Valley is underwater this week after getting hammered by monsoon rains. And I'm not talking about puddles. We're talking entire tech parks, neighborhoods, streets turned into moats, people kayaking past Starbucks, scooters becoming submarines, you know, that kind of stuff. Well, here's the part where things go from bad to cinematic. A local government official, a member of the Legislative Assembly, or the MLA, decided to go check on some of his constituents. But instead of showing up in a boat like a normal flood responder, he rode in standing on a scoop of a backhoe. like a big metal bucket park. You know, it looked like the world's saddest parade float. And the internet did what the internet does. Instantly memed it. People said he looked like a construction site Iron Man. One person wrote, India's infrastructure is crumbling, but the entrances are top tier. To be fair, the guy was trying to help, but it also kind of highlights the real problem. Bengaluru's infrastructure hasn't kept up with the population boom. It's tech-rich, but drainage poor, you know what I mean? The city's growing faster than they can absorb the water, literally. An Indian politician touring flooded cities on a backhoe like it's Mad Max. A new TikTok trend is hitting like a freight train this week, and it's all based on one simple phrase, that was rude. That's it. That's the sound. Someone quietly says, that was rude, and now creators are using it to expose everything from exes and bad customer service to their own deepest petty grudges. And I love seeing it. You know, you got a friend who invited you out but forgot to mention it was a couple's dinner? That was rude. You order a caramel latte and they give you a black coffee in a cup, and it says Susan? Guess what? That was rude. One girl used the sound while showing her parents selling her childhood bedroom before she moved out, which is pretty brutal. And it's not just complaints. Some people are getting creative. One video showed a cat knocking over a wedding cake. Another one featured a grandma refusing to split lottery winnings with her family pool. Petty? Yeah. Viral? Absolutely. The trend is so relatable because it lets people be honest. Everybody has a few that was rude moments stored in their emotional voicemails. We just didn't have the soundtrack until now. So if you're sitting on some minor betrayal you haven't talked about since, 2012, this might be your moment. TikTok is waiting, and it's feeling petty. This year's frontrunner at Eurovision isn't some futuristic techno track or tragic ballad about lost love. No, the crowd favorite is a song from Sweden about saunas. It's called Bara Badu Bastu, which roughly translates to just bathhouse time. And it's performed by a Finnish-Swedish comedy band called Kaj. In performance, 3 grown men basically wrapped in towels, waving birch branches, dancing around in a glowing sauna set like a sweaty disco, and somehow it slaps. The song's weird, funny, kind of catchy, and it's already hit the top of the Spotify charts across Scandinavia, and also exploding on TikTok where people are now doing the sauna squat as a dance challenge. Now here's the thing, Eurovision has always been about celebrating national identity through music, but this one hits different. It's goofy, it's proud, it's unironically awesome. It makes you want to call your buddy with a shed and a propane tank and say, hey, let's turn this bad boy into a steam room, huh? Even critics are calling it a masterclass in cultural comedy, and honestly, we need more of that. Less drama, more towel choreography, you know? So whether you got a sauna in your backyard or just sweat through your shirt walking your car, crank up the Bara Bada Batsu and get steamy, my friends. You know, it's not often a song sticks around for 13 weeks at number 1, but Kendrick Lamar and SZA just pulled it off with their new track, Luther, and the internet is eating it up. It's moody, vibey, and the hook is so catchy it should come with a warning label. I mean, every time you think it's finally dropping off the charts, it just powers back up and starts climbing again like a boss in a video game. But here's what's wild. It's not a TikTok song. It's not attached to a dance challenge, a trend, or some influencer using it to sell face cream. It's just a really good song that people actually listen to from the start to finish, you know? Critics are calling it one of the most sonically layered collabs of the year. Kendrick's flow is razor sharp as ever, and SZA's vocals, like butter, baby. What's even cooler is the fan interpretations. Some say the song's a tribute to Luther Vandross. Others think it's more about inner conflict and fame, but either way, the mystery is adding fuel to the fire. So if you haven't heard Luther yet, you're officially late to the party. But good news, you still got time to throw it on, vibe out, and pretend you've been listening since day one. A Mexican Navy ship straight up crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah, a real-life warship sailed where it wasn't supposed to, lost power, and rammed the bridge like it owed it money. The ship drifted down the East River completely off course. Worst part, there were crew members standing on the mast when it happened. They ended up dangling in midair like they were Pirates of the Caribbean, oops, all the injuries edition. Over 20 were hurt, and everyone watching from the shore was just filming it like it was an episode of Deadliest Catch, you know? Officials say it was an older style sailboat from the 1980s, but designed to look like it was from the 1930s, so you know it had drama baked into it. The good news though, the bridge is still standing, Bad news, so is our habit of ignoring warnings until something goes full Titanic on us. Over in our backyard, 3 Montana National Guardsmen thought it'd be a great idea to take a Black Hawk helicopter for a spin so they could steal elk antlers. Yeah, not a rescue mission, not a drill. They allegedly landed a government chopper on someone's private land, grabbed the antlers, and left like it was an elk version of Ocean's 11. The landowner didn't find it cute either. Charges are on the table, and I'm just trying to picture the group chat that led to this. Like, hey bro, what if we just fly the bird in and grab some elk antlers and fly out? It's like no one will ever know. We get it, Montanans love their antlers and they can be worth a lot of money, but we don't usually use military-grade transport to get them. There's a viral video of a woman using what looks like a futuristic see-through iPhone. Spoiler alert, it's not a phone. It's a clear chunk of acrylic. It's called a methaphone, and it's designed to help you break your phone addiction. You're supposed to hold it like a phone, scroll nothing, and wean your brain off the dopamine drip. Mocked this more, but the lady who made it is selling them and people are buying them. So if you want to spend $30 on something that does absolutely nothing, you could get this. Or you could stare at your hand and pretend it's an app. Same effect. I know we love solving modern problems, but pretending it's 1992? Next up, invisible Game Boys to stop gaming addiction. It's just stupid. Well, if you laughed, rolled your eyes, or yelled, "What?" at least once, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe and catch us every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. It's Fireside News, where dumb meets delightful.